الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله الله تعالى إلى كافة الناس بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا وداعيا إلى الله بإذنه وسراجا منيرا أما بعد الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with the ni'mah of Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us guidance and the tawfiq to gather here today in this masjid to please Him, to ask from His fadl, to celebrate the Eid of Fitr, where we show our gratitude towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiving us, and for the month of Ramadan, the month of the Quran, the month of fasting, the month of dua, the month of ibadah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to show us gratitude and shukr towards Him by gathering for salat. Islam has its own code. Islam has its own civilizational values that is independent of every other system, every other philosophy, every other religion, every other civilization, and every other culture. Islam stands alone on its own 2 feet and does not need to borrow or to form an alliance or an allegiance with any other ideology, philosophy, or civilization in order to exist. So on this blessed day of Eid, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows us, meaning the Muslims, that when you want to celebrate, you celebrate through ibadah. You don't celebrate by drinking. You don't celebrate by womanizing. You don't celebrate by gambling. This is our civilization, and these are our civilizational values. That when you want to give thanks to God, you stand in prayer to show that you worship Him, to show that you're dedicated towards Him, before you go out and meet each other and celebrate the day of festivity and food and drink. This is our value. It's very unique. It's not borrowed from another culture. Because other cultures, when they celebrate, they don't celebrate the way we do. We celebrate in a very unique way. And that is, we show our servitude and our gratitude to the one and almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who gave us life, who gave us iman, who gave us Islam. So as we exist in this country, in this culture, in this civilization, we must acknowledge that Islam is independent. Islam is not to be held hostage to another philosophy. and say we must borrow from other philosophies and other ways of life in order to be Muslim. We may coexist with others as we have done so in history. We've always coexisted. Wherever we went and wherever we ruled, we did not exterminate any local population. We weren't ruthless, bloodthirsty, warmongering people that we went to a country and we destroyed the indigenous of that country. We never did that. We allowed them to live. We lived with them. We coexisted. We participated. But there was no exchange of any civilizational value. We did not take, we gave. We gave other cultures culture. We gave other philosophies philosophy. We gave other systems a system that was better. We gave other civilizations a civilizational code which was far superior than whatever they could have conceived. This is who we were. This is what the Prophet ﷺ said. Al-yadul ulya khayrum min al-yadis sufla. The upper hand is better than the lower hand. The giving hand is better than the receiving hand. We never received, we always gave. We did not borrow. We gave to others what they did not have. So in this day and age, when you think celebration, you think festivities, you think parade, you think nudity, you think alcohol and booze, you think of a behavior that is demeaning to any human civilization. That's what you think. But Islam says this is the Eid festivity. SubhanAllah. Eid festivity begins with people dressing in a dignified mood and mode, as you all are, mashallah. And you stand together as dedicated servants in front of Allah. You lower your heads. You bow down in sajda and you ask Allah to forgive you. This is our celebration. This is our code. This is our value. Why? Because we remain independent. So when we want to live and survive, and then more than survive, we want to participate with mainstream America, then we must be ready to give. Give what? Our ideology. Not take our philosophy. Not borrow. We must be able to show our civilizational values and not drown in the values of others, because that doesn't make us independent. That makes us slaves. That makes us into a mode where always taking, always borrowing. It does not make us a generous community, because a generous community gives. We are a community and ummah of giving. We base our foundation on sadaqah, on charity. And the Prophet ﷺ developed this value the most and the first, when you talk about community development, then it is the moral values of the individuals of the community that's going to be the hallmark, the trademark, and the sign that others will see. If we do not give, then we'll be taking. And if we do not participate, we will be slaves. So we must know our civilizational values, which is through the sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was the most generous man ever. And that's an understatement. And that there is just an understatement to say that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the most generous man ever. You know about philanthropists and all these people who give. They don't come anywhere near to the generosity of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we must appreciate that we do have a role to play in this country as we live and as we exist here. And what is that? That we give. And what do we give? We give our civilizational values. We display them. We portray them. We project them. We talk about them. And we inform people this is who we are, what we are, through our actions and behavior, where when we go to work or we go to school, we do not cheat. If we do business, we don't lie, we don't deceive. Because it is unfathomable for a Muslim to lie and cheat and to deceive. A Muslim doesn't do that. That in your dealings with people, never mind others, in your own family, you don't lie, you don't cheat, you don't deceive. This is not who you are. In business dealings with each other and with other people, you don't lie, you don't cheat, you don't deceive. You must bear values that represent the giving of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because if nothing else, we are representatives of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wherever we are, wherever we go, we are representing him. This is his code, and this is his way of life that we have come. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has brought us from so many different places on the planet, united us here in this country, in this masjid. People from so many different backgrounds and cultures and languages are here in this room. And we all come together, but we have one common value, and that is belief in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We all believe in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam being the last prophet, the last Nabi after whom there is no wahi, there's no nabuwah, there's no prophet. So we must take on the honor. We should be honored that we are representing him, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is how seerah is given. This is how seerah is given. We give the seerah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to our children, to our family members, to the community, and to the community at large. That when people say about a Muslim who works at a 7-Eleven, or they say about a Muslim who's at college, or they say about a Muslim who's teaching at a university, or they say about a Muslim who's working in corporate America, or they see a Muslim who's in politics, that they must see Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in that Muslim. They must see his values, not the values of lying and cheating and deceiving, and the values of womanizing and gambling and drinking. These are not our values. Our values come from the heavens. They come from the sky. They come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They came to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he distributed all of these values to us so that we can carry these values to other people. It is our honor. You can say it's our responsibility, but more than responsibility, we should be proud to be Muslims. Not shy and definitely not apologetic. When you apologize, you have no backbone, you have no spine. You're not a man, quote unquote. You fall onto your knees and you succumb to the pressure of other people. You're not independent, you're not free. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us freedom by belief in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and by belief in Allah. Because Allah owns the heavens and the earth and everything in it. Allah owns everything. He owns us. He owns this people. He owns America. Does America own America in our Aqidah? No. Lillahi mulku samawati wal ard. Only Allah owns. And we're here as trustees. We're here to represent the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So yes, we live here because we want to live here. We enjoy the privileges of this community, this society. Allah keep us and give us barakah. Allah keep us under His comfort and His afiyah. But at the same time, we must value our freedom to express our religion. And our religion talks about values and ethics and morals. This is what Sharia teaches us. What does Sharia teach us? Be kind to parents. This is Sharia law. When you talk about Sharia law, right? Then obviously there's only one place your mind goes, because the Orientalists and the media leads you that way. Even there, our thinking is regulated by others. We don't even think about Islam the way Islam wants us to think about Islam. Others are telling us how to think about Islam. When you think about Islam, you say, what is Sharia? Sharia law is that you treat your parents kindly. Now, if that is terrorism, then let it be. Sharia tells you to take care of your children and your family. Sharia law tells you to be kind to your neighbors. Sharia law tells you to be honest in your dealings. Sharia law tells you to be hardworking. Sharia law tells you to have integrity and honesty. This is what Sharia law is. It's not what the media wants you to see. So unless we untie the shackles and the bondage that we have in our minds, in our psyche, that somehow we are indebted to other civilizations in our way of life, we will not be Muslim. We won't see Islam. Islam must be seen in the image of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is who he is. And we must do this. And the way we do this on Eid is that we follow him. We all follow the Prophet. So on Eid, what did he do? He came to the place for Eid and he offered salat. We do the same. Why do you have Eid salat? Why are you all here? You're here because you're following the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, even though subconsciously you may not know it. Or you're not even aware of it. But this is who we are. This is what we do. We represent the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who is the best human being, period. Period. You can line up all of these geniuses in the world on one side. All of them. The brilliant people. The successful people. The billionaires and the trillionaires and all the civilization that you have on one side, and you can have Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's might and his value and his ethics will be far, far more superior than all of them put together. We should be proud to be representing the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he did not lie, he did not cheat, he did not womanize, he did not drink, he did not gamble. He was Rasulullah, and he is Rasulullah. So with this we make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts our good deeds. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive our sins. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept us to be the representatives of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam here in this country and all across the world. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen.